AI is going to change the world of work. It's not up for debate anymore. It's happening right now, and it can't be stopped. But here's the twist. Most of us don't actually have an AI problem. We have a character problem. I talk to people about AI all day long from every walk of life. Parents tell me that they are worried about their kids graduating into this chaotic new world. But the young, they're not my worry at all. They're flexible, and really, they haven't committed to the character they're going to become. Older workers, they're nearing retirement. And to be honest, they'll sidestep the storm. The real shockwave is coming for those of us in our 30s, 40s, and 50s. Not because we're slow, not because we're bad with tech, but because we've committed fully to playing our current character at work. We've spent decades building our identity around what we do and who we are. And now we face the chance of our character being written out of the script by AI. I've written a few different stories over the last 30 years in the workforce. My first story started in high school when I randomly took an accounting class. It just clicked. It was easy for me. It felt like I was made to be an accountant because I was so natural at it. So my first real story I wrote was The Accountant. Through college and my first 5 years in the workforce, that was the character I played. I was great at it. I was great at solving these mathematical and money problems and worked for companies from manufacturing to tech. But then I saw a new story on the horizon, one that seemed more interesting, one that felt like the future. So I chose to pivot into web marketing. Not because it was a natural extension of accounting, because it wasn't, but because it was where I wanted to be and who I wanted to become. And choosing it meant choosing everything that it would take to reinvent myself. As a web marketer, I got to experience helping all different types of businesses. It fed my need for new and fresh challenges, but it required totally different skills. Accountants don't naturally become content writers, and you wouldn't expect an accountant to also be a great marketer. But I became an expert at it because I poured myself into that character and the role I was going to play. Then one day, completely out of the blue, I was asked to take on a brand new character and write a new story. This new story was called The Hiring Software Builder and Thought Leader. For 17 years, I bootstrapped a company from 1 to almost 300 employees and over 10,000 clients. I lived that story as founder and CEO. That character became core to my identity. And then the story ended. I sold my company, I stepped down as CEO, and I woke up to a life where I didn't really know who I was or how I was supposed to show up anymore. So I had to start over. I had to write a new story, and it was difficult. I became the AI consultant, and I'll be honest, it's been one of the biggest challenges of my life. It's not the AI that's hard. It's the role I play, the people I work with, the way I show up. It's all new to me. And that's where many of us struggle and will struggle in the future. We weren't prepared to make these kinds of pivots. In fact, we were told, even convinced, that we should pick one career and write it from graduation to retirement. One long story, one evolving character. Sure, in the past, people have changed careers, but they were outliers. And most importantly, they chose it. In the future, career pivots, they won't be rare. In fact, they'll be the majority. And most people won't choose them, they'll be forced. So here's the human truth. We struggle when change is forced upon us. We reject it. We thrive when we choose it. So the real question isn't, will AI replace me? The real question is, will I choose and define my next character now, or will I wait for it to be forced? So what should we do? Well, I want you to meet I am, because your next story starts with the words I am. It starts with I, which is imagine. Begin inside your head, writing the casting call for your next role. What problem will you solve? What skills will you amplify with AI? What outcomes will you deliver? Fully commit to it. Talk to yourself inside your head as if you're already that person. A comes as activate. Ask questions and learn everything. Curiosity will fuel your credibility. The more you ask, the faster you'll grow into your new role. Start showing up as that character in conversations, in communities, and online. Share ideas, create artifacts, learn to speak the language of the role that you want next. Most importantly, build a network of people who see you as that character and the go-to person in the role. And finally, we have M for momentum. Take one task you know today and rebuild it with AI as your partner. Document the before and the after and prove how you plus AI outperform either one of you alone. Your confidence will build as you create results and share them. Then pick the next task and rinse and repeat. With each task, you'll get more and more outside your current comfort zone and get better and better playing your new character. So yes, AI is writing the script of work, but the bigger risk isn't AI replacing you. It's you clinging on to yesterday's character while tomorrow's stage is already being set. Your career isn't one long story. It's a series of stories that you put together, and you're the author. So my challenge to you is this. What will your next story be? And what character will you play in it? Can you write this story on your own terms, in your own power, before it's forced upon you? Thank you.